Why premium pricing is so profitable feels normal, but it is rarely accidental. The underlying structure is what drives the business model. We usually assume price is a downstream consequence of internal expenses. You sum up the materials, add the labor, and tack on a modest profit margin. If a product is difficult to make or uses rare materials, it feels logical that it should cost more. This chart illustrates the price-quality heuristic. When consumers lack expertise to evaluate a product's technical merits, they use retail price as a proxy for quality. Because evaluating processor architecture or leather hides is difficult, the price tag becomes the ultimate signal of worth. For premium brands, the logic operates in reverse. Price is not the result of the cost. Instead, the cost is engineered as a function of the price the brand has already decided to charge. Abandoning the cost-plus model is the pivot that allows a company to escape a battle for marginal survival and move into a position of market dominance. This balance shows the primary financial lever of the premium model, the ratio between customer acquisition cost and lifetime value. Operating at an 80% gross margin creates a structural incentive, flooding the business with excess capital that can be reinvested immediately. This massive surplus allows premium brands to outspend competitors on white-glove service, high-end retail locations, and targeted advertising, reinforcing elite perception. These margins also power the innovation flywheel. The brand can fund proprietary R&D and act as a magnet for top-tier engineers and creatives who are drawn to environments where quality is the only constraint. These margins function as a capital weapon. By outspending rivals on R&D and talent, a brand creates an operational gap that competitors struggle to close using efficiency alone. This financial math has a behavioral counterpart. Thorstein Veblen identified a class of goods where the normal laws of supply and demand are broken. Through conspicuous consumption, the demand curve for these items slopes upward. The product becomes more desirable because its high price signals social status and exclusivity to the rest of the world. The Hermès Broking bag is the most crystalline example of this strategy at work. Manufacturing a single bag costs roughly $3,000 to $5,000, covering master-level labor and extremely rare leather. When that same bag sells for $12,000 to $100,000, the brand captures 80% of that value as gross margin. Hermès deliberately refuses to increase production to meet demand. Instead, they maintain strict quotas and multi-year wait lists to ensure the product remains difficult to obtain. The consumer is essentially buying social proof. They experience the marketing placebo effect, where a high price tag literally enhances the perception of the bag's quality. By engineering this scarcity, the brand converts frustration into loyalty, turning a single purchase into a permanent entry point for its ecosystem. On a macroeconomic level, this strategy utilizes price anchoring. Introducing an extremely expensive halo product resets the psychological ceiling for the entire category. This high anchor makes mid-tier products, which still carry significant margins, seem suddenly affordable to the average consumer. In the digital economy, this scales into the toll road model, seen in walled ecosystems like Apple's. Premium brands eventually move beyond selling products and become the mandatory infrastructure that other businesses must pay a tax to access. This margin-focused model creates a bifurcated labor market: elite, highly paid creatives at the top, and outsourced, commoditized support labor at the bottom. The ultimate aim of premium pricing is to move beyond competing in a market and start governing its rules. What begins as a psychological signal on a price tag scales into a self-sustaining system of financial arbitrage and market influence. The effect is not random, it is structural.